King Faisal bin Abdulaziz Al Saud was a remarkable leader. He is remembered for his wisdom and his vision. Faisal guided Saudi Arabia through a period of immense change. He understood the importance of tradition. He also embraced progress. His story is one of courage, faith, and determination. Faisal's reign saw Saudi Arabia emerge on the world stage. His decisions shaped the kingdom's destiny. He was a devout Muslim. He was also a shrewd statesman. He understood the delicate balance of power in the Middle East. He skillfully navigated the complexities of global politics. Faisal's legacy continues to inspire. He is remembered as a modernizer. He is also respected as a guardian of Islamic values. His rule was marked by significant advancements in education, infrastructure, and social welfare. He laid the foundation for the modern Saudi state. This is the story of King Faisal, the man who brought Saudi Arabia into the modern world. His journey is a testament to the power of leadership and vision. It is a story that deserves to be told and understood. Faisal was born in Riyadh in 1906. At that time, Riyadh was a modest town, far from the bustling metropolis it is today. The early 1900s were a period of significant transformation for the region, and Faisal's birth marked the beginning of a new era for Saudi Arabia. His father was Abdulaziz, the founder of modern Saudi Arabia. Abdulaziz was a visionary leader who embarked on a mission to unify the disparate tribes of the Arabian Peninsula. His determination and strategic acumen laid the foundation for the kingdom we know today. His mother, Tarfa bint Abdullah bin Abdulatif al-Sheikh, was from a prominent religious family. Her lineage was deeply rooted in the religious and cultural traditions of the region, which played a crucial role in shaping Faisal's early education and values. This upbringing had a profound influence on Faisal. Growing up in a household that valued both tradition and progress, he was exposed to a unique blend of old and new, which would later define his approach to leadership. From a young age, Faisal received a traditional education. His studies were rigorous and comprehensive, encompassing not only religious texts, but also the principles of governance and leadership. He studied the Quran and Islamic law. This deep understanding of his faith provided him with a moral compass that guided his decisions throughout his life. He also learned about Arabian history and culture. These lessons were not just academic, they were imbued with the stories and legends of his ancestors, instilling in him a sense of pride and responsibility towards his heritage. He developed a deep understanding of his heritage. This knowledge was not merely about the past, it was a living, breathing part of his identity that influenced his vision for the future. His upbringing instilled in him a strong sense of duty. He was taught that leadership was not just a privilege, but a responsibility to his people and his nation. Faisal's childhood was different from those of other princes. While he enjoyed the privileges of royalty, he was also acutely aware of the challenges and responsibilities that came with it. He witnessed the challenges of building a nation. The early years of Saudi Arabia were fraught with difficulties, from internal strife to external threats, and Faisal saw these struggles firsthand. He saw his father's struggle to unite the various tribes of Arabia. This monumental task required not only military prowess, but also diplomatic skill and a deep understanding of the region's complex social fabric. These experiences shaped his character. They taught him resilience, patience, and the importance of strategic thinking. They instilled in him a sense of responsibility. He understood that his actions would have far-reaching consequences, not just for his family, but for the entire nation. He learned the importance of unity and strength. These were not just abstract concepts, but practical necessities for the survival and prosperity of his people. Growing up in a royal household, Faisal had access to scholars and advisors. These individuals were not just teachers, but mentors who guided him through the complexities of leadership. He learned about politics and diplomacy. These lessons were crucial as they prepared him for the intricate and often delicate task of governing a diverse and rapidly changing nation. He quickly demonstrated a sharp mind and a thirst for knowledge. His intellectual curiosity was evident from a young age, and he was always eager to learn more. He possessed a natural curiosity about the world. This curiosity drove him to explore new ideas and perspectives, broadening his understanding and shaping his worldview. These qualities would serve him well in the years to come. As he grew older, Faisal's early experiences and education would prove invaluable, guiding him through the challenges and opportunities that lay ahead. Faisal's diplomatic journey began at an early age. Even as a young boy, he was exposed to the intricacies of leadership and governance, thanks to his father, King Abdulaziz, the founder of modern Saudi Arabia. This early exposure laid the foundation for his future role in shaping the kingdom's foreign policy. In 1919, at just 13 years old, he was sent to represent his father. This was a significant responsibility for someone so young, but Faisal rose to the occasion with remarkable poise and maturity. His father recognized his potential and trusted him with this crucial task. He led a delegation to Great Britain and France. This mission was not just a ceremonial visit, it was a strategic move to establish Saudi Arabia's presence on the international stage. Faisal's ability to navigate these complex diplomatic waters at such a young age was a testament to his innate skills and the rigorous training he received from his father. This was following the end of World War I. The world was in a state of flux, with new political alliances forming and old ones dissolving. Faisal's mission was to ensure that Saudi Arabia found its place in this new world order. He observed the signing of treaties and the rebuilding of nations, gaining invaluable insights into the workings of international diplomacy. This early exposure to international affairs was crucial. It broadened Faisal's horizons. He interacted with diplomats and leaders from various countries, learning about their cultures, political systems, and the challenges they faced. This experience was instrumental in shaping his worldview and his approach to diplomacy. He gained first-hand experience of the world beyond Arabia. This was a time of great change and innovation in Europe, and Faisal was keen to learn from it. He observed the technological advancements, the cultural shifts, and the political debates that were shaping the future of the continent. He learned about different cultures and political systems. This knowledge was not just academic, it was practical and applicable. Faisal understood that to be an effective leader, he needed to appreciate the diversity of the world and the different ways in which societies organized themselves. He observed the complexities of international relations. He saw firsthand how delicate and intricate negotiations could be, and how important it was to build relationships based on trust and mutual respect. These lessons would serve him well in his future diplomatic endeavors. Faisal's diplomatic skills were further honed in the 1920s. During this decade, he took on more responsibilities and participated in more complex negotiations. His ability to remain calm under pressure and his keen understanding of geopolitical dynamics made him an invaluable asset to his father and to Saudi Arabia. He was entrusted with several important missions. These missions were not just about representing Saudi Arabia, they were about building alliances, securing agreements, and ensuring the kingdom's interests were protected. Faisal's success in these missions earned him a reputation as a reliable and effective diplomat. He represented his father in negotiations with other Arab leaders. These negotiations were crucial for maintaining stability in the region and for fostering cooperation among Arab nations. Faisal's ability to communicate effectively and to build consensus was key to his success in these endeavors. He demonstrated his ability to build consensus. This was not an easy task given the diverse interests and perspectives of the parties involved. However, Faisal's diplomatic skills and his commitment to finding common ground made him a respected figure in these discussions. He earned a reputation as a skilled negotiator and a man of his word. His integrity and his ability to deliver on his promises made him a trusted partner in international diplomacy. This reputation would follow him throughout his career and would be a cornerstone of his leadership as king. During this period, Faisal also traveled extensively within the Arab world. These travels were not just about diplomacy, they were about understanding the needs and aspirations of the people he would one day lead. Faisal's commitment to his people and his desire to serve them were evident in these journeys. He visited Egypt, Syria, and Iraq. These visits were opportunities for Faisal to build relationships with key leaders and to learn about the challenges and opportunities facing these nations. His ability to connect with people and to understand their perspectives was a key factor in his success as a diplomat. He met with leaders and intellectuals. These meetings were not just about politics, they were about exchanging ideas and learning from each other. Faisal's curiosity and his willingness to listen made him a respected figure among the intellectual and political elite of the Arab world. He deepened his understanding of the region's challenges and aspirations. This understanding was crucial for his future role as king. Faisal knew that to lead effectively, he needed to be in tune with the needs and desires of his people. His travels and his interactions with leaders and intellectuals helped him to develop this deep connection with the region. These experiences would later inform his foreign policy decisions as king. Faisal's early diplomatic endeavors were not just about representing his father, they were about preparing for his future role as a leader. The lessons he learned and the relationships he built during this time would be invaluable in his later years. Faisal's early diplomatic endeavors showcased his potential. He proved that he was not just a young prince, but a capable and effective diplomat. His ability to navigate the complexities of international relations and to build strong relationships with key leaders was a testament to his skills and his dedication. He proved himself to be a capable representative of his father and his country. Faisal's success in these early diplomatic missions laid the foundation for his future role as king. He demonstrated that he had the skills, the knowledge, and the dedication to lead Saudi Arabia on the international stage. He gained valuable experience on the world stage. This experience was not just about diplomacy, it was about understanding the world and the forces that shaped it. Faisal's ability to learn from these experiences and to apply these lessons in his future role as king was a key factor in his success. He was becoming known as a rising star in Arabian politics. Faisal's early diplomatic successes and his ability to build strong relationships with key leaders made him a respected figure in the region. His potential as a future leader was evident to all who met him, and his reputation as a skilled diplomat and a man of integrity would follow him throughout his career. In the 1930s, Faisal took on more prominent roles. Born into the House of Saud, he was destined for leadership. His early years were marked by a deep understanding of his nation's traditions and the complexities of its tribal society. He became his father's trusted advisor. His father, King Abdulaziz, relied heavily on Faisal's counsel, recognizing his son's keen intellect and diplomatic skills. Faisal's role was not just ceremonial. He was deeply involved in the decision-making processes that shaped the young kingdom. He was appointed as the first foreign minister of Saudi Arabia in 1930. This position was crucial as it placed Faisal at the forefront of international diplomacy, representing Saudi interests on the global stage. His appointment marked the beginning of a new era in Saudi foreign relations. As foreign minister, Faisal faced numerous challenges. The world was changing rapidly, and Saudi Arabia needed to navigate these changes carefully. Faisal's diplomatic acumen was tested as he worked to establish and maintain relationships with other nations. The discovery of oil in 1938 brought about rapid change. This discovery transformed Saudi Arabia's economy and its place in the world. The newfound wealth from oil exports provided opportunities, but also posed significant challenges in managing this rapid transformation. Saudi Arabia was transitioning from a traditional society to a modern state. This transition required careful planning and execution. Faisal was at the helm, guiding the nation through this period of significant change, ensuring that the benefits of modernization were realized without losing the essence of Saudi culture. Faisal understood the need to balance economic development with cultural preservation. Faisal believed in modernization. He saw the potential for economic growth and improved living standards, but was also acutely aware of the importance of maintaining Saudi Arabia's cultural and religious identity. But he insisted it should be done within the framework of Islamic values. Faisal's vision was one where progress and tradition coexisted harmoniously. He worked closely with religious leaders to ensure that modernization efforts did not compromise the kingdom's Islamic principles. He sought to learn from the West. Faisal was not insular in his approach. He recognized the value of learning from other nations. He traveled extensively, observing and understanding different systems and practices, and sought to adapt the best of these to Saudi Arabia's unique context. But he was determined to preserve Saudi Arabia's unique identity. Faisal's travels and interactions with the West were always with the intent of strengthening his own country. He was committed to ensuring that Saudi Arabia's modernization did not come at the cost of its cultural and religious heritage. This balancing act defined his approach to governance. Faisal's leadership was characterized by his ability to navigate the delicate balance between progress and tradition. His speeches often emphasized the importance of unity, progress, and adherence to Islamic values. Faisal recognized the importance of education. He believed that an educated populace was essential for the nation's progress. Education was not just about academic learning, but also about instilling values and preparing the younger generation for the future. He saw it as key to Saudi Arabia's future. Faisal's vision for education was comprehensive. He wanted to create a system that would produce not only skilled professionals, but also informed and responsible citizens who could contribute to the nation's development. He oversaw the establishment of new schools and universities. Under his leadership, the education sector saw significant growth. New schools and universities were established, providing opportunities for higher education and research within the kingdom. He encouraged students to study abroad. Faisal understood the value of international exposure. He encouraged Saudi students to pursue higher education abroad, believing that this would bring new perspectives and skills back to the kingdom. He believed that education was essential for progress. Faisal's commitment to education was unwavering. He saw it as the foundation upon which the future of Saudi Arabia would be built, ensuring that the nation could compete on the global stage. Faisal's time as foreign minister was a period of significant transformation. His tenure was marked by efforts to modernize the kingdom while maintaining its cultural integrity. He laid the groundwork for many of the policies and initiatives that would later define his reign as king. He laid the groundwork for Saudi Arabia's emergence as a modern nation. Faisal's vision and efforts during his time as foreign minister set the stage for the kingdom's rapid development. His policies and initiatives were instrumental in transforming Saudi Arabia into a modern state. He navigated the challenges of modernization while upholding tradition. Faisal's ability to balance these often conflicting demands was a testament to his leadership and vision. He ensured that the kingdom's progress did not come at the expense of its rich cultural heritage. He set the stage for his own reign as king. Faisal's tenure as foreign minister was a prelude to his reign as king, where he continued to pursue his vision of a modern, yet culturally rooted Saudi Arabia. His legacy is one of progress, balanced with a deep respect for tradition.